to another episode of TPL series. My name is Akeni Barry and I will be your host for today. For today's episode, I have with me an amazing real estate consultant, the admin of Thank God Properties Limited, Mrs. Onyechi. You're welcome, ma.
Thank you very much. Thank you all for having me. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you very much for joining me on today's episode. So, for today's episode, we'll be looking at a very important topic when it comes to real estate investment, which is the issue of legal ownership versus government interference. Real estate investment is not something people just do carelessly, and this is one of the issue that has been this is one of the topics that have been an issue with investors when it comes to investing in real estate.
Yeah.
Imagine when buying a property and then the government comes to claim ownership of the property. It
Yeah.
has been a very major issue. So for today, we'll be tackling some questions that's been a concern to investors. So let's quickly dive into it.
Yes.
So, Ma, I would want to ask, in what ways can a properly executed deed of conveyance serve as a shield against unlawful government land claims? Like when you have your complete documents, especially deed of conveyance, how does it
Yes.
shield you against governments coming to claim ownership of your property?
Okay. Thank you very much for that question. I always say that before you think of investing in real estate, this is not just
Mm,
something you just do carelessly. You
yes,
must ask the right questions and you must get it right with the right people. Do you understand? Most
yes,
people don't even understand the the length they need to go to
yeah,
ensure that your investment is safe. And I always say that without proper documentation, you as a smart investor, you're practically wasting your time.
yeah.
So, and one of the titles that come with real estate is the deed of conveyance, which is a document that transfers ownership from the seller to the buyer. So, when you have that deed of conveyance, it automatically makes you the legal owner of
Of the
that
property,
property. And
yes.
also, it is advised that when you get your deed of conveyance, you head straight to the Ministry of Lands and register your deed of conveyance. That way, it is legally recognized that this property is actually for this particular client. And there's this say that every property is government property. We hear that all the time. But the
Yeah.
thing is that when you buy a property legally and you have the documents, when a when and the government wants to make use of that plot anytime in the future, you must be duly compensated because that
Mm,
property is legally
legally
yours,
yours.
not the other way around. So it's okay for a government to say, okay, probably during the course of events they want to expand the development, their plans and everything, it's
Yeah.
fine. But because you have to prove that this property belongs to me, the the government will duly compensate you.
Compensates you.
That's it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So thank you very much, Ma, for giving a better answer to that question.
Yeah.
All right, I also want to know, how does the absence of a survey plan increase the vulnerability of landowners to disputes and encroachment? Now, when you purchase a property and you don't have a map showing the exact at the exact point where your own plot starts and where your own plot ends, what are the risks associated with that?
There's a whole lot. There's a whole lot because survey plan is very important. It's like the picture, the image of the property you're buying. It shows the boundaries. It captures the exact boundaries, the so that to avoid encroachment, like you said, you understand.
Yeah.
Survey plan is very, very important. It captures a lot of things. It captures both you, like the client's name, the location of the property.
Mm,
It carries a surveyor general signature. It carries the beacon numbers and it captures everything. It shows you the exact size and boundaries of that
of
property.
land.
So if you have it, it's signed and it is properly measured. It will help. It will prevent any form of encroachment. So
Yeah.
if there's anything is being tampered with,
Yes.
because you have it written, you have it properly surveyed, and it's there, it's on paper, it's captured. Because if you see it's on paper, normally it's an image, so it shows you the numbers are there, the boundaries are clearly stated. So it
Mm,
helps you. in when we talk, just talked about the deed of conveyance. That it's part of
Yes.
the in every deed of conveyance, the survey plan is attached to it. It's to show you that, of course, we've transferred ownership, but this is a survey plan. This is a picture of
Well,
your property looks like.
mhm.
So it helps you so that tomorrow nobody will come and start telling you stories and encroach.
Yes.
So it's
You know,
that
it's actually very funny that you buy a property and then the person sharing boundary with you begins to argue with you that, oh, this my own plot extends to this point. So the survey plan is actually very,
it
very
explains all
important.
that.
Yeah.
It
Thank
explains
you
everything.
very much, Ma,
Yeah,
once
yeah,
again.
that's
All
fine.
right. What legal recourse is available to landowners when faced with government attempt to seize land without proper compensation or due process? You know, the government can just come and say, "Oh, I want this particular plot of land for whatever reasons they want to use it for." So, as a landowner, what are the legal processes you can take to protect your land or to protect your rights as a
Yeah,
landowner?
okay. That thank you very much. Like you're asking the what you should do as an investor to protect your investment.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, that's it. It's very simple. Like we talked about the deed. Your deed is your like when you have your deed of conveyance it's like your weapon. Do you understand? It
Yes.
shows that this property belongs. You're not just making it up. It's on paper. It's signed and sealed. The
Mm.
government, of course, will have different arms of government. We have the which judiciary is part of it. So you know that even the everybody is subject to the law, right?
Yes,
Yes,
that's
and
true.
the deed is a legal document. So
Mm.
even if, like I said it from the onset that even if the government wants to make use of the property, you will be duly compensated.
Yeah.
That is standard. So when you have your deed, because I believe every investor should have his or her lawyer to represent you.
Yeah.
The way the government still has their own lawyers who represent them. So legally, these things are already backed up. So once
Yes.
you have your deed, I don't think you have anything to bother yourself about. The way you have a problem is when you are being called in court and you don't have anything to any
To
exhibits.
prove that
Yeah,
it's your property.
so that's it. So that's why for an investor, we always say that you don't just come and buy a property. You need all the legal advice you can get. Do you understand? You need to know, do your due diligence to check probably where you're trying to get. Is it government acquired areas or something
Yeah.
that will cause issues tomorrow? This is where advice, both legally and real estate experts, coming to tell you this is it. And probably when you're faced with issues tomorrow, how do you handle it?
Mm.
So your deed is your weapon. It's legally
Yeah, it's very, very
recognized.
important because
Yes.
the government would not fail to compensate you
No.
if you have a proof that this property truly belongs to you.
Yes.
All right, thank you very much, ma'am.
Yeah.
Alright, why is the verification of land ownership crucial before investment, especially in areas with frequent government land interventions? Like, why do you have to really double check who the true owner of this land you're trying to purchase? It's especially areas where the government always come to, either claim ownership of it or try to take the plots from you for whatever reasons they want to
Yes.
use it for.
Yes. Land verification is very, very important because people that have failed, some investors have failed to do the right thing, they didn't end well. So
Mm.
verification is very, very important, which we call due diligence in real
Yes.
estate. So that means you must go and ask the right questions. One of the ways to do that is to go to the Ministry of Lands and verify if this particular property I'm about to buy is it free from any form of encumbrance. That's
Mm.
one. And another thing, you verify the real owners of that property because even in real estate, there's something we call omonile. I don't know if you've
Yes.
heard about it before. That this thing will sell to this person, sell to this person,
Yeah,
sell to
sells to
multiple.
multiple persons.
So that's one way to verify if it's actually like that or not. So land verification is very, very important. And when you've done all your due diligence, you verify, oh, this place is safe, it's free, you can go ahead and acquire. Then tomorrow, and not just acquire and back it up with your legal documents so that tomorrow the government there won't be unnecessary interferences
Interference.
or whatever they call it. Like I said, your deed is your weapon.
Yes.
But in real estate, you must verify. It is very, very important to do the necessary verifications. It is at that process of verification that you get all the information you need
You
that
need to
will
know about the land.
exactly,
Okay.
exactly.
Sometimes not just the government too. I mean, other individuals. Just like you
Individuals,
said, you buy this particular product and then you discover that it's been sold to multiple persons. So sometimes it's not just the government coming to fight you for
Mm-hmm.
your own
Mm-hmm.
property,
Mm-hmm.
other persons that have also purchased that property. So it's very important that you do your due diligence, you double check before purchasing a property
Very
from
important.
companies, individuals, families, whoever you're buying that property from. All right, thank you very much, ma'am. So, how do land ownership disputes affect the psychological and financial well-being of property investors and families? When you keep having land disputes after purchasing properties, how does it affect the psychological well-being of the investors and also their finances?
Of course, yes. Like I've heard stories where people bought a certain property many years ago, and today they can't even take possession of that property because it's in serious dispute. And if you, as a smart investor, you're going to buy probably from a real estate company or anybody, and you keep getting the feedback that, oh, they keep selling lands and their lands are all properties are all in dispute, it affects you psychologically. Normally, you don't want to do business. You don't want issues tomorrow. Nobody wants cut wahala.
Yes,
Mhm.
it's very
So it
stressful.
starts even messing with your mind. So nobody wants to be associated with anything court or anything dispute, especially when it has to do with real estate. It can be draining. It will drain you emotionally, psychologically, financially. So it's something that nobody even wants to, do.
Get involved in.
Pass through that process. So that's why we talk about verification. It's very, very important. So for an investor, for a developer, it's a no-no. It's a no-no. That's why, funny enough, I'm going to say something. My colleague the other day was telling me that she saw a very amazing property, for her client, and she was just giving a ridiculous price. One of the red flags in real estate that would you can watch for you watch. You can just go and watch red flags. One of our episodes in the past.
Yeah.
Something to look out for in real estate. So a red flag is when you want to buy a property in a very prime location and you're hearing, let's assume GRA, someone is offering you a property there for 5 million naira.
How?
So
That's not
you
possible.
run for your life. So at the
Yeah.
end of the day, she found out that that land is in serious dispute and it's their money,
Yeah.
and they keep reselling it to vulnerable people, clients
Yes.
who don't do their due diligence. So that's very, very, nobody wants to be associated with land
Land
disputes.
disputes.
It's
Yeah.
draining, as in not only psychologically, mentally, financially, it empties you. So, but for the developer and the investor, it's a no-no.
Mm.
Yeah,
Right. Thank you very much,
yeah,
ma'am.
yeah. You're
And so, in
welcome.
what ways can government policies and bureaucratic inefficiencies contribute to the challenge of securing legitimate land ownership?
Okay. How can they help us? Let me get the question.
Okay, now, how do bad government system, slow offices and confusing policies make it harder for people to truly,
Invest.
yes, invest in land?
Yes, because the government are really there to protect us, so they make these laws, and to a reasonable extent, we expect them to stand by it, right? So the
Yeah,
policies are not really always clear. Do you
yeah,
understand? It's not always clear, and it's making it very hard for developers and investors to invest in real estate and maybe thrive at it. You will see that the policy, the acts keep changing, the regulations keep changing, so that
changing.
it's not clear enough. You go today, there's a clause this, there's a clause that,
Yeah,
so the policies are not even clear enough. So it's really discouraging a lot of investors. So nobody
yeah,
wants tomorrow. Like he said something about, because we hear about all these land grabbers every day. They are everywhere.
yeah,
So
yes,
nobody
that's
wants to
true.
just invest his life savings on real estate, and tomorrow you're telling me stories because the titles are not even clear. The
Mm,
acts, the rules are not just well specified for you to make a concrete decision. So the government should really, really step up in this
yeah, and
era.
work in that area.
Yes, yes, it will help us. Let the policies be clear enough, and let it be something that will be maintained regardless of who you are, regardless of your social status. One, the law should be the law, the policies should be the policies.
Yeah, nobody should be above the law when it
Yes,
comes to the issue of
yes,
land.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
All right, thank you, ma'am. So, what are the implications of lax due diligence by real estate companies on their clients' long-term securities and wealth preservation? You know, how does the real estate companies' carelessness hurt the investor? Maybe their own mistakes begins to affect the investor.
Yes, one of the it's just the same thing. Whether you're a real estate company or you're an investor, the same message is for you. Before you buy a property, before you start selling to your investors, you must do something. The due diligence is there
Yeah,
because they believe you. Not they're not only buying from you; they expect you to protect their investment for
that's
them.
true.
So when you don't do these things, you see that tomorrow they start having issues, and most times you are not there to shield the bullets for them because you did not do the right thing. So,
Mm,
as an investor, before you put out a property up for sale, you must have done due diligence, acquire all the necessary required documents for that property before
yeah,
you start selling, so that your investors, their investments
that's
will be
just
very safe. You understand? So, like I
mhm,
said, you don't just only buy, you don't only sell, you protect their investment for them.
yeah,
Protection means there won't be any encumbrances tomorrow. If you legally, if you did the right thing and you bought that property, and if the property is now yours, I don't think there's anything
any
your
issue
smart
they would
yes
want to, and that's one of the
exactly
reasons they prefer to buy from company, because they know that
exactly
as I'm buying from this company, their investment is being protected by the company. So when the
exactly.
company begins to do otherwise, I mean, ask careless about their investors' property, it affects them, and next time they would not even want to invest with you again.
And I guess and once the trust is broken, that there's nothing you can
You
do.
can do
It's
about
very
it.
very difficult to buy back trust.
Mm.
It's end. So for you listening, real estate did the right thing.
Yes.
Hmm.
All right. Thank you, ma'am. So,
Hmm.
what can landowners proactively, sorry, how can landowners proactively protect their properties against future claims? I mean, what are the things they can do to protect the whole land dispute, the issues that comes with their investments in the future?
Okay, what we tell our smart investors, especially, let's narrow it down to Tango Properties Limited. Well, one thing we do is that we don't only, when we sell to you, we encourage you as a smart investor to go and establish your presence there. So when you get a property from us or wherever you're buying a property from, it's advised that you at least do a perimeter fencing, or if you can, fence it and gate it. It
Okay.
shows that this is yours. It's a no-go area. It's yours. But that's of course before if you buy a property, you already have your deed of conveyance showing that it's
It
your own.
is
So you've
yours.
cleared everything, you've done the necessary, gotten the necessary permits. If it's possible, please protect your investment. If you're buying for a long term, if you can, just do your perimeter fencing, establish your presence so that nobody
Can
encroaches.
encroach
Yes, it's very,
into.
very important. You don't just buy it and leave it there.
All right, thank you very much for staying with us to this point. We'll be going on a short break, and I believe you've been enjoying the session so far. You've been getting clarities on the questions that were being asked and the answers they were giving to them. So stay tuned for the continuation of this episode. We'll be right back. 3 months ago, Emeka watched people buy land at Rumakonde. He had the money, but he hesitated. 3 million naira felt too big for him at the time. But today, the same land sells for 5 million naira, and the price keeps increasing every day. That's not just a proof of appreciation, that's a proof that smart investors move early. Welcome to Tangled Mega City, a fast developing estate strategically located at Rumakonde, off East West Road. Just a few minutes drive from Uniport, UPTH, the police headquarters, and ROSC Social Science Faculty. Every plot comes with a CFO, a deed of conveyance, and a registered survey plan, giving you a full peace of mind and a complete ownership security. And now the opportunity gets even better with our Jolly Sales offer. When you buy a piece of property from Tangled Properties, you don't just invest, you celebrate. Get rewarded with amazing gift offers like smart TV, refrigerator, cash vouchers, and many more. Don't wait for the next price increase. Secure your plots now with Tangled Mega City. To secure your slots with Tangled Mega City, click on the link below. Welcome back to this amazing episode of our TPL series. And in case you're just joining us, today we are treating a topic called legal ownership versus government interference. So welcome back once again, Mrs. Onyinyechi.
Welcome back.
All right, ma. So we'll continue from where we stopped
Yeah,
before we went on our short break. So there's this issue of trying to distinguish between real estate companies that are really genuine from real estate companies that are not genuine, because real estate companies are everywhere now. So how can
exactly.
you really point out those real estate companies that are honest and genuine?
Okay, one thing I will always say is just to check out their track records. Check
Okay,
their track records. No. And also, before you do anything with a real estate company, there are some things you need to look out for. Are they registered?
okay,
Other
that's
register
very
with the
important.
corporate affairs commission. That's it. We also have the regulatory bodies for real estate in Nigeria. Check out if they are members, check out their track records, the testimonials. These are the ways to prove or how many years have they been in existence.
Listen.
It goes a long way to show you that they've been in business for over a decade. That's fine. Like Dango Properties Limited, they've been there over these years and no single court case. That's fine. That's a good reputation, right?
Mm,
Go and check out the feedbacks. Go through their social media platforms. You know, look, I heard testimonials of clients that have done businesses with them in the
okay.
past. This goes a long way to show you that these people can be. And that's not all. If you're a new client, it's smart investor. Always come with your lawyer or your
Yeah.
surveyor. It just gives you that ease that you're on the right
Yeah, you
path.
have
So
someone that's be backing you up and guiding
exactly.
you through the whole process.
And if anybody, a real estate firm is preventing you from employing the services of your legal practitioner and your surveyor, that's a red flag. Flee from them. Yeah.
All right, thank you very much, ma'am.
Yeah.
And then to the last question for today's episode: how does clear legal ownership of property empower individuals and communities in the broader context of economic development and social stability? Now, how does having land that is truly yours help people and communities to grow financially and live more peacefully?
Of course. Well, we know the other time we talked about disputes and all of that. When you have a property that is on disputes, you wouldn't even want to associate everybody as if the place is kind of deserted.
Yeah.
Because if you encourage, you're going to, a lot of people have lost their lives due to that, right? So when you have clear titles and this property actually belongs to you, it fosters unity, peace, and development in that community. Everybody's thriving, it even attracts investors
Yeah,
to come
to
and do
purchase
business. Yes,
properties.
exactly.
Yeah.
So there's growth, there's happiness, there's this mutual understanding, there's this you know ambience, that this peaceful atmosphere for success to thrive. Unlike areas where there are disputes, everybody
Mm.
just
Want to
repels
run
the
away
yes.
from it. Yeah.
So that's why once you get a property, ensure you get the proper documentation. Without proper documentation in real estate, your transaction is invalid. So once you have that legal backing, your investment is safe. So everybody wants maximum peace of mind. And let me just reiterate that's what we do here at Tango Properties Limited. We sell maximum peace of mind. You just go buy and just go to bed. Allow your property appreciate. That's if you don't want to develop immediately,
Mm.
just go and rest. We don't only sell to you, we protect your investment. These are verifiable information you can verify. So that's it.
Thank you very much,
You're
Mrs.
welcome.
Onyinyechi.
Thank you
Thank you
very
very much for
much.
being a part of today's episode, and thank you very much for giving clarity to these questions. These are things that have been an issue in the real estate
Over
sector, yeah,
time.
over time, over the
Yeah.
years. And like they will always say that whatever has an advantage definitely has a disadvantage. So as
Mhm.
long as real estate exists, there will be issues like this: issues
Sure.
of land disputes, issues of government trying to take ownership of your land, people trying to encroach into your properties. But these are the things you can do to always put yourself at the edge, protect yourself, protect your properties. So, to you, my viewers, thank you very much for staying tuned to this point. I believe that after now, you would guide yourself better against land disputes, against issues that has to do with your land. Thank you very much. See you in our next
And
episode.
please don't forget to like our videos, share,
Share.
and subscribe. And that's all. Or if you want to discuss anything real estate, and you're looking for a platform to share your story or to
Mm,
air your view, do want to send us a message. We'll be very, very glad to host you in any of our TPL series. Thank you for joining us today. We
Thank
love
you.
you.
See you in our next episode.
Bye.
Bye.